Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, and today we are doing the W.A.R.T We All Rise Together panel discussion, episode 20, talking about sexism. We got some amazing guests on the show today, and it's a safe space, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Boom. Hello. Welcome to the show. My name is Jade. This is How to App on iOS. And it is Friday here in Australia at the end of the week, which is good for me because I get to take a day off finally. And we have another one of our very special W.A.R.T We All Rise Together panel shows about to kick off right now. So thank you all for joining me here today. Thanks everybody who's here in the chat. I will get to you eventually. We have some very special guests on the show today to talk about this subject, sexism. Also want to welcome our W.A.R.T warriors, those of you who pay $1 a month for you rock for like supporting the channel, and there's a whole bunch of custom emojis in the chat for you to play around with while we talk about the heavy stuff, yeah? But first, I need to put out a disclaimer to everybody who is here in the chat today. This show is not meant to single out, target, or attack anybody, any of their sexuality, race, ethnicity, gender preference, gender identity, or anything like that. This is a frank and open discussion about sexism within mostly the music industry and the way it has permeated for years and years. And the way things, because it's not all negative, you know, things have changed. If at any time you feel like attacked or anything like that, or feel like you are being singled out, that is not the case. If any time you feel like this is getting too heavy for you, please feel free to walk away, because the last thing we want to do is have anybody, any animosity, or anybody be angry with each other or leave unnecessarily angry comments. But also we encourage people to have a frank discussion, of course, without stepping on people or attacking people, hurting people's feelings. Now, I must preface this with, we here in this music creation YouTuber sphere of making music really do not come across much sexism. Okay, it's a pretty fantastic community that we have across a whole broad range of channels here on YouTube. So for that, I thank you all so very much. It's very important to keep that up. And I will be continuing to to put the spotlight on more women who make music in these YouTuber sphere societies, or as Hippie would say, boom, community. But yeah, so that is the thing. And again, this is to give women a voice, because sometimes, I remember when I started this channel, I was lucky to have a woman in my audience, you know. And these days, it's so amazing to see so many amazingly talented women creating music, and people listening to their music, not because they, you know, comments about their tits or anything like that, because that's not what it is about. Let me say hello to some people here in the chat as best as I can, because I'm using Restream today, so things are a bit wonky. So there may be some lag issues and stuff. I need to work out a better way to do these panels. Hello, Dr. Zorda, Zach Thong, Les Nagy, Hugh Caldwell, Thomas Christ, Mamsie Graham, Lureeality's here, Zach Thong, I already said you, SM Borthwick, Joe Glenn, Auntie G, who else do I see? TJ Zindel, Fat Panda Cat, Omni Collective, hello to you. If I've missed you, Thomas Christ, Stream Elements Bot, who's that? Tom Caraher, the Falcro, Tremor Bear. So many of you. I saw Pete Johns at the beginning of the show. And let's get into today's chat. So there is no time frame for this. Mr. Smith, hello to you as well. I don't have a time frame. Cold Acres here as well. Hello, Cold Fish, Conspiracy Music, Clay. So there is no time frame. I'm aiming for an hour, but if we go over a little bit, that's okay too. If somebody on our panel needs to leave because they have a meeting or something like that, that will be fully understandable. Yes, I'm talking about you. I see you laughing, Laurie. You never know what could happen. This is the internet, all right? Alrighty, so I'm going to bring on each of our amazing guests today. Hello, Gregory O'Sullivan as well, and get a short elevator pitch on who they are and what they do. And then we'll get down and ask some questions. And hopefully it's not all going to be doom and gloom. Hopefully we'll have a laugh, yeah? Because you got to have a laugh at this stuff because you'll go bonkers if you don't. So the first person I'm going to bring on to our panel today is spin the wheel. I can see it. It's like a shooting gallery. All right, you volunteered. Ladies and
I
gentlemen,
did.
Laurie's
Hello.
Mishmosh. Welcome. Hello.
How are you?
How are you today? I'm okay.
I'm well. Now, is it
about you?
sexist if I call you Sheila? Is that sexist now? I just want to
It's
say
not
hello,
actually, 'cause-
Sheila. But okay.
Well, there are the women in Australia whose names are Sheila. That's a common
true.
name in Australia. That's weird.
Oh,
So
it's called
if you
Sheila.
don't know, those of you living outside of Australia,
Hi,
Sheila
everyone.
is a term in Australia for the word woman. It's a horrible word. I hate it. Really, it's disgusting.
It sounds so. Yeah, it sounds terrible.
Yeah. Sounds like. Yeah, I'm not even going to go there. Gross.
You're breaking up a bit.
Tell us a little bit about. Yeah, it's probably my
Your
internet is
again.
having troubles today. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think they're doing some kind of work in there.
I'll take over.
So hopefully in and out. Let us know a little bit who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm Laurie from Laurie's Mishmosh. I have a YouTube channel for those of you who don't know. I play the keyboard. I do collabs. I do a live show every now and then. I do comedy acts, variety hours every now and then. And that's it. And I can't believe you asked me to be on your sexism panel because you know me.
Well, I wanted a broad range of women on the show to talk about this topic because
I absolutely
behind the scenes. Not everybody sees this out in the open. You know, it's a thing that is happens in the middle of the night. You may get a message from somebody and just totally random. Nobody hears about it.
Mhm.
It's a lot of the time behind the scenes. So you are an amazing artist, you know, and I like to think of
thanks.
you within this community as somebody who brings people together because it's what you do. You do bring people together. You're a bit of a mother hen here. Yeah, and it's amazing. I really love what you do. And I'm working on something with you as well too at the moment, which is coming.
Can't wait.
Coming.
It's going to be huge, yeah.
Happening. Bring in our next panelist today because I want to have everybody here before we get talking on stuff. Let's bring in...
Yay!
Leela.
Can you back us up a little bit?
I'm going to try. Let me see. What is it?
Huge. Hi, Leela. Tiny dancer.
This there we go. Work. There we go. That's better. For some reason, my browser's so slow. My internet's... Hello, Leela. How you going?
It's awesome. Everything's awesome.
Everything is awesome. Welcome to the show, Leela. Thank you for coming on. Can you tell us a little bit about you and what you do musically?
Well, I I could call it Leela's Mishmosh, except Mishmosh was already taken. I just get a bucket of apps and then I throw it all over stuff. I throw it all over DAWs, and then I cut it and paste it and mix it up and make collages out of it, and then I make up a bunch of words and sing them.
Great description.
That is the perfect description.
Yeah,
And you
pretty
make
much what
great
she does.
music as well. Like you came out of nowhere on this scene. Like I remember when you joined my channel, I had no idea who you were, and all of a sudden, you now have such a ever-growing music collection. You have a show. You're everywhere I turn. In fact, I see you every day in Clubhouse, and feel like I live with you.
Yeah, I'm like it's my trying to be respectfully trying to do my own version of a Jade mini me, you know? like I get inspired by the stuff you do, and I do I have to admit that I copy a lot of my stuff. Not copy, but I take a lot of your ideas just wholesale.
It's fine.
Steal like an artist.
hey, if we didn't have, like, imitation is the greatest form of flattery, you know, so that's why I do imitations of people all the time. And if we didn't have imitation, we wouldn't have Apple products, which is what, I use every day because Steve Jobs ripped everything off from everybody else.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks.
And Leela, you're buying an app every day. It's crazy.
One app every day.
3.
No,
4,
it's
5,
November.
6.
It's November.
It is indeed.
You're not doing anything.
Even though you bought an app.
I plan to buy that app. I set aside the metaphorical money in October. In Rocktober.
Rocktober. It's been a fail. All right.
Rocktober.
I'm Rocktober. I'm going to bring on our next guest, and it's so funny every time I see it. I see Valerie go. So I'm going to leave her last just because of that. I want to see it one more time. Let's bring in our next guest, Kim Hardin Hudson. Welcome to the show, Kim.
Hi. How's it going?
Hi, Kim.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, everybody in the chat.
How are you today, Kim?
I'm good. I'm
That's
happy to
good.
be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you again. Thank you to all of you for coming on and giving me your time. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you do, about your music, who you are, your elevator pitch?
Yeah. So I'm Kim Hardin Hudson,
The hell just
and
happened?
I write songs. I play guitar and piano, and I muddle my way through the bass sometimes. And
Hell.
yeah, I don't know, Jade. That's pretty much it. I have some
That's a
songs
lot.
up there.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully I'll have some more soon. I'm writing some new ones. That pretty much
you
covers covers what I do.
You should never feel pressured, though, because I hear it a lot too, that, we all love your music. I know everybody will agree. We love your music. And I hear some people say, you should get another song out. When's your next song? No, people. Let people make their music when it works, when it happens. Relax. It's sometimes, I don't know, let's have a quick talk about that. Sometimes I think people put out too much music and the song they just released gets lost in the mix because the next one's come out. Sometimes
That
it
happens
is
to
good
me
to,
sometimes. Yep.
yeah, take a slow down and let that song permeate. Let it breathe. Let it do its thing. And take. Sometimes
It
that
gets
happens.
lost in the shuffle. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so many shows playing people's songs every week. Your song comes out, it gets played 5 times across 4 different shows, and then next week there's a new one, and that one's gone into the ether. It
Right.
definitely is a thing. But we love you,
And
Kim,
people make it it.
Love you too.
and the amount of songs that you put out. There's the difference. Every one of them is so strong, and that's more important than anything else. So thank you for coming on here today with us, Kim.
Yeah.
Let's bring on our last guest, ladies and gentlemen, Valerie Bhat. Welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody.
Val, how are you?
Hi.
Great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Do you want to give us a little bit of your elevator pitch on who you are?
Yes, I would love to do that. I've not been dreading this for the last 10 minutes. So, my name is Valerie Bhat, and I have a YouTube channel. It's called Valerie Bhat Music, and I do a stream every Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And I also perform here locally in the Boulder, Colorado area, where I also work as an artist and make guitar pedals. And I'm also the new president of the Mike Shaner fan club.
Excellent.
So,
Does he know that?
self-declare. He doesn't know it because I just made the T-shirt today.
You made it yourself. Yeah, yeah. It's awesome.
But yeah, it's for me. Because I'm a fan. But I think that's about all. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, aren't we? Yeah.
So, Jade, I think I'm the only one on this
you have
panel
been
that
on
doesn't
this
play
show previously
professionally.
with me before.
Yeah. Breaking up.
What?
Do what?
Professionally? How do you
You're breaking up, so
Dude.
I'm behind because you're breaking up. What?
Did you
What?
say?
Yeah.
What did I say?
I know. I have no idea why I'm
What?
breaking up. I don't know why. I don't know why my internet's so good. So it's bizarre. You're not professional.
Well, I've never been on stage.
that?
I just in my bedroom.
With the kids band, right?
No, some people think that's me. He's got a female
not.
keyboard player. It's not
Wow.
me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not me. Yeah, never
She
been on
looks like
stage.
you, man.
No, not up close. Big. She's real long.
Stand back from the camera so you can tell.
So your
look
makeup
good.
looks good.
We look
So
good.
my makeup looks good.
Yeah, no, I've always just had a professional career in corporate America, so I've never done the band thing. I don't think I could either. I think I'd be too nervous to be on stage. So
I
give
gave
you
up
all
my career
today.
in corporate America
I would
for this. All for this.
for all this. No, that would be so fun for me if I could make money doing this. But
Yeah, I don't make any money. That's not really. I mean, not.
I need the
really.
health insurance, the dental, all the insurance stuff, for the family. And
Insurance shit. Oh.
we're just running our own show here. Poor Jade's all frozen.
But she got frozen in a really good place. Like I always get frozen in a weird spot.
I told you that, Val, once that I got stuck and I was like wiping the lipstick off my teeth and it was like this the whole time.
I've gotten stuck in some pretty bad facial expressions.
Yeah. Oh, Jade.
Can't leave.
You can't leave and come back because
Oh, she left.
Hey, look, it's just us.
all right.
The inmates
All right,
have
it's
taken
over.
over the asylum.
Go ahead, Leah. Start it. So how's
Let's
everybody
get
doing?
this
in the chat?
Let's get this party
Yeah.
started quickly,
Good.
right?
I think it was
I can play
coming
some music.
fine through
She'll do that.
through fine on the show. I think it's just us that can't hear her. Sorry, everybody.
And Kim, you're blurry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is anybody else
Am I
blurry?
blurry?
Is that resident?
Yeah, it's like my camera. It's got a see now. It's got a. Okay, there we go.
Adjust.
Nope.
Yeah.
Still blurry. Is it still blurry?
It is. Kim's blurry.
My
That's all right.
bad lighting and everything is still just as. It's still in all of its low D in quality
You have
right
some fun
here.
stuff about that,
Exactly the
though.
same.
What the heck is that?
Did you guys notice how my poster is moving?
Yeah.
It's dancing.
I have to watch the ad first before I know if we're on.
This is
God.
Yellow Submarine,
15 seconds.
and it's
That is really cool.
isn't it?
Oh,
Oh,
okay. We're on and not Jade. So we
Yeah.
are all
We're
on.
still here? Oh,
Yeah, we're
hi,
on the
everybody.
TV, but not Jade. There's Jade.
Here's Jade.
We didn't say anything too horrible,
Save us from ourselves.
but we don't know the questions.
Am I back?
I said a lot of bad
You're back.
words. You're back.
We
Yes,
said
we're
all the
back.
bad words you told us not to say.
No,
Wow,
we
the sex
didn't.
bots are in like crazy here.
Somehow putting sexism in the title made all the bots come.
Yeah.
It did.
Really? I haven't seen
New
it. Did you
AI,
guys mention
84%
sexism?
will find a girl.
Yeah.
You need the sex bot when you
What
have
about the
Jade.
others?
Oh my gosh, I almost hit show on the. I'm not gonna
click.
look at the chat. I'm gonna put it away. Put it away.
It's hard, yeah, to
It's
keep
hard.
track of everything.
Internet is still screwed. I can't see anything.
Oh,
Um,
Oh no.
well, we can see you now, and we can kind
Oh,
of hear you.
you
Kind
can
of
see me.
back.
Oh my God, what
it's
is going on?
you can
My
hear you,
internet,
but it's
my,
breaking
It's
up.
sexism. They're just messing with us because we're
It probably
all
was the
women.
men. The men did it somehow.
The men, yes. The patriarchy.
Freaking
They did it.
patriarchy.
All of them.
it's like, it seems like
FTP.
They're
I
trying
think
to
are we
silence
good?
us.
Jade's back.
Are we
Jade, I
good?
see
All right.
you. I hear you.
You're smoother now.
All right.
You're looking good.
I don't know if it's going to help. It's just for you.
My router.
You're dealing with those
Wow, that's
problems.
prickly.
I hope I don't have any more problems there. Who knows what we're gonna have going? All right, let's talk sex, discriminatory or abusive behavior to behaviors of
Breaking
the
up.
opposites. Men bashing women, because it's in many different forms. Because there's many different types of people. There's
Forgot.
many genders. There's many sexual preferences and all that kind of jazz. Sex, solicited messages, email, comment, pays in expectations of one around.
Okay, I think we should save Jade from herself
because
right
of
now.
their gender.
Jade, you're breaking up a lot. It's hard to hear. Yeah, I think we should talk about have some. I would like to hear, Laurie, what inappropriate comment did you have to bring us for today's example?
My own comments.
Well, I don't. I just figure you might have one. Something, have you
Yeah.
received a comment?
You know,
That has-
I wanted to start off by saying that present company is excluded because when you become friends with people, it's different. And a lot of
True.
people in our community, which is hippie's word, but in
Mhm.
our close environment, we know each other. So they know that I'm like one of the guys and I can dish it out as much as I can take it. So that being said, when I started YouTube, very different. I didn't know a lot of people. And, I would get questions that I would be like, geez, I would never ask a guy that. Like, are you married? Why don't you wear a ring? You only getting subs because you're a pretty girl, that type. And I'm like, why would you even say that? I'm like,
Oh my God.
I'm just doing what you're doing. I'm just having fun making music. So those are the things that bother me on YouTube, but I don't see a lot of that now. A lot of it comes from Instagram and Facebook. People you don't know just messaging you out of nowhere with, hearts or hey baby or something like that, which again, I
Right.
would never do. But like I said, there's a fine line between joking with friends that you know and someone who you don't know crossing the line and just outright come out and say something. And I don't want to be specific about some of the things I've heard, but I've heard a lot of things. Let's put it that way. I don't know. How about you, Val?
I feel like there's some guys who just showed up just to see if we shout them out.
Well,
Like-
every single guy in
Are
this
they
room
gonna
is guilty
tattle?
of it.
Well, because
No, you know that some of them are probably thinking, some of them are probably thinking, have I done something wrong? Like, poor,
No,
like,
not at all.
like they think the innocent things that some of them like say they probably, and those are the people you never have to worry about, right?
That's true. That's true. And that's a good point. I mean, I do think there's a lot of fear and just you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. You don't want to be seen as being weird or creepy,
Yeah.
and it's, it's hard because I think we all do joke around a lot, admittedly. We, I know I do like to make inappropriate comments myself. So I appreciate other people's witty, inappropriate comments.
Right. Same here. Yeah.
But I do think I know when Jade started, she said I agree. Like this community, I really do feel is especially supportive and trying to be encouraging, and has not been creepy, at least in my. I've in the 2 years, I've only had one comment that made me say like, "Dude, that's not okay."
was it?
And it just had to do with don't ever film a video that shows your feet. I'm just gonna say that. Even if it's if you didn't mean to do it, it's just not good.
I'm sorry.
And I didn't think about this before, so
Oh,
just
Jade, we
I'm
can-
going
saying,
to show my feet in every
Don't-
video now.
don't. Oh
You're
well,
what?
you might
And
want
when
to.
somebody objectifies me, then I'll do bad
If
things
you
to them.
like to get objectified, that's one way
No,
of
I'll
going
go all
about
dark Leela on them.
it. Dark Leela.
Dark
Jade,
Leela.
do you feel back? Oh, nope, she's gone.
Oh.
Yeah, but but I'll say that I did say that made me uncomfortable. I didn't like that comment, and the person deleted it themselves and kind of apologized and we're cool. Like I
Very
don't
cool.
think they it was something that you test the waters. Sometimes you misfire, but as long as you say, "Hey, my bad. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. I was trying to be," then I don't think that any of us would take that as offensively.
Well, and Jade's point, I
Right.
think, and hopefully she comes back on, but she's like, this isn't just about YouTube. We obviously, like we just said, we know
Right.
everybody, or work close to everybody. You can tell somebody if they piss you off, or they don't piss you off at all because you're close with them or you're friends with them. But I think she was talking more about, like I said, the way you're treated because you're a woman from outsiders.
Yeah.
Or people that don't know you and all that. And
Yeah.
But-
And in person, in live shows, yeah.
well, that's what I was going to ask because, like I said, I don't do live shows. So do you guys feel that you get more harassed on these live shows? You must. You're up on stage. You probably want to dress up cute, and that's an issue because you
Do
dress
you
up
mean
cute. That
live,
means you.
like in real life live? Do you mean live YouTube
Yeah.
live? In real life?
No, real life.
In real life, live.
Yeah.
You play out live, right? Don't you, Kim?
Me? No, I haven't played since in front of an audience since like 2003.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's been forever.
Hey, Gordium. Hey, Zach. Just say hi to people.
That was a couple minutes ago.
Right? That
What,
doesn't seem very
2003?
long ago.
I know, it doesn't seem very long ago. It's sad when I do the math.
Well, Leela, you want to tell us your experiences?
Yeah,
I do.
This is going to be good.
Sometimes, I mean, sometimes I just get, I think it's not just like people being, almost, SA, but sometimes it's just people not taking me seriously at all. It's like coming up, like assuming that any guy is the band leader except for me, assuming that I'm just a pretty dressed up doll on the stage that isn't like mostly running it, I mean,
I could see that happening. Yeah.
I was terrible at running it. Like, I mean, the administrative parts, I let somebody else do that now. But I mean, at the same time, like we're a complete unit that makes decisions together, and all of us are equally,
Equal
have
input.
equal. The three of us that are the main members of the band have like equal power, and they're not. They're old men that aren't sexist,
Yeah.
Well, old, middle age, whatever, right? Sorry, guys. Sorry. Don't
Well,
watch
like me.
this.
Don't
Yeah,
insert your
like
foot in
me.
your mouth or someone might like it. Anyhow.
And one of them's younger, and the rest of them are older. I know. Oh God.
We're
I hope
bad.
he's lurking.
I'm sorry, I just
It used
got
to
a
be-
visual. When Laurie said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes people put their hands, like they like back in the past more because I'm kind of meaner now. But in the past, like people would just put their hands on me, and I used to when I was hosting karaoke and stuff, and I used to just turn around and slug them.
They physically put their
A lot
hands
of
on
the
you?
time.
Touching you?
Yeah, 'cause some guy like grabbed my butt while I was leaning over the bar to
What do
talk
you
to
mean?
the bartender. They just like, oh, it was a great target. And I'm like, oh, so was your stomach when I turned around and slugged you in it.
Yeah. That deserves the punch.
Or
But you know, but you
Well-
could, but I did. Like, I had a guy reach up my skirt and grab me. This, I wasn't performing. I was just out with friends in Long Island, and this guy put his hand up my skirt. But he was friends with the bartender, so when I threw my drink on him, they kicked me out because they said I was violent.
lovely.
So
No, and that wasn't violent enough,
Yeah.
though, right? Yeah.
like, what, he literally stuck his hand up my skirt and like did a DT on me.
Are you kidding?
In the G, I'm in the P.
We,
I'm making
for
sure
the,
we don't
for
get
the chat, we've been told there are many words we cannot say. So we're trying to preserve
Yeah.
Jade's PG rating by not saying any of the forbidden words
Oh,
in a
man.
chat
R
about
minus.
sexism. So figure it out. Figure it out.
And we don't really even know what Jade was
I'm
going
gonna
to
try to
ask
figure
us.
it out,
We're
too.
kind of just ad-libbing.
No, we have
Yeah.
no idea what we were going to talk about or Jade's questions. Nor
Yeah.
did we really even get the correct definition of sexism in the beginning. So
It was kind of choppy, yeah. All right,
You
well,
got the every
why
other
don't we go
word
to Kim and see
definition.
what Kim says?
yeah, what do you think, Kim?
What
It
is
was kind of
that?
choppy, Save us. yeah. All right,
You
well,
got the every
why
other
don't we go
word
to Kim and see what
definition.
Kim says?
Yeah, what do you think, Kim?
Oh gosh, now everybody sounds
Echoing.
kind of bad. Okay, wait.
There we go.
Okay, is it my
It's all
turn?
good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Jade, could you hear
Ooh,
us?
Jade
Or
sounds
no,
good.
you couldn't hear us, could you?
What have I got playing? I've got something playing. I don't know what's going on.
Hello, Sheila. Welcome back.
Am I back? Is it working?
You seem
Yes.
good right now. Yes. Hey, Brad.
Hey, thanks.
I'm going
I
to say,
was watching.
Brad, you
Hi,
should
Bradley.
not go back and start the show from the beginning. I think you're good right here, Brad.
Stay right
Yeah,
here.
Brad, you didn't really
right
miss a
here.
lot. We're having technical difficulties.
Holy shit, the bot, 69mega.com.
I know. the
Everybody.
bots.
69 mega.
I'm the only good bot in the chat.
That's a big dinner bot, too.
Okay.
I've
we-
been
we-
watching
it's
on my
Kim's
phone. You've
turn.
done a fantastic job while I was away. Absolutely fantastic stuff. So thank you. I don't know. I reset my modem 3 times. Who knows if it works?
Oh, it sounds good now.
So,
I don't know.
all right, we're good. Good. Who knows? I was covering the definition, but you guys are doing such a fantastic job of talking about it because, and it is fascinating to hear these experiences. Now, there's a lot of stuff we can talk about. There's only 2 words I said we can't say, which are
I
grape
exaggerate.
and SA. No.
I've already
But
I've
I
already had
was explaining.
to talk about SA.
Hey, it's a thing that needs to be talked about. YouTube make it hard. This is a thing too. Let's just talk this. So SA, I'm sure you can work out what, and grape is. I'm sure you can work it out what it is, but we can't mention it here on YouTube because the channel will get the video will get restricted. YouTube's new have stopped those words being used. To talk about topics like this when the actual words being used, predominantly the main recipients of these 2 and surely do said
Breaking up.
and not being able. Leela?
What?
You
I
broke up.
only
during
heard
the-
half of that.
Basically,
so-
what do you think about sexual, like not being able to say words that are banned by YouTube, but trying to talk about the subject? Like, do you think that,
it's not. I mean, it can. Sometimes it seems like if you have when you have to police yourself when you're talking about stuff, it's like it's sort of hard to be real, when you're like sitting there censoring your language.
Mhm.
I'm not a big fan of censoring language in general. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of hate speech, but I'm more like a fan of like consequences for hate speech rather than just having it banned entirely. It's like, so we like to know that you're going to spew this gross stuff and then we can do stuff to you about it. As a society, not as a government, obviously.
Right.
I didn't realize there were certain words that are banned. That's how naive I am. But
Prawn.
those
Like,
offers,
it's not banned entirely. It would just change the rating of the show.
oh yeah, got it.
So
be
I
like
guess
an
that
R-rated.
is also like we could
Those
talk
offers,
about
like,
it if we were willing to be like not monetized or not monetized, but
oh yeah,
we're willing
So
to
I guess
that
give up some of
also,
YouTube's like features.
could-
I don't know. Okay, I feel like we missed Kim's
we did miss Kim.
things
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Kim's dealt with, and we need
Well-
to go back because
So I don't have a lot though, guys. So because everybody's like you guys have said, like they're just so nice and so friendly and decent, good people. So really, as far as like YouTube goes, the only thing is like I think maybe one, maybe two people, I can't remember if it's two, have said on some of my songs like you have a sexy voice, and like I'm never trying to be sexy ever. Like I would think I was going for like rage, quiet rage. Or so, I don't know what I
Rage
was
is
going
sexy.
for. I was just trying to feel it, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah,
you got a sexy voice," and I'm just kind of like,
passion.
so I just kind of ignore that part and just say thank you for the rest of the nice things they said. But I never, luckily, had anybody, well, first of all, because I don't have videos, right? So I don't really give people an opportunity to see me. And there's a reason for that. And it's mostly, I would say, let's say about 70% laziness, probably, that I don't make videos. And then, and because I just want to focus on music, but also the rest of that is because I don't want to deal with people saying, show us your bob, or, any of that kind of stuff. Yeah. Or trying to say, like Laurie said, the only reason you have subscribers because you're a girl or whatever, So
the way you look.
Luckily people have been good. But I mean, I've had like some guys that are kind of creepy, but not like sexual, right? Like this one guy, he'd left me a comment and just being really nice and everything. And we'd go back and forth a little bit about production and things like that. And then the conversation was over. But then he comes back like the next day. He's like, "Hey, Kim, how's it going?"
Yeah.
Like, fine.
Like your buddies now.
What is it? And then he just he just keeps wanting to chat. But he never got weird, but like as far as like, saying gross things, but just the constantly like just wanting to send me messages, it just kind of creeped me out, So I just kind of I felt a little smothered. So I kind of ignored him. He eventually, for whatever reason, I don't think it had anything to do with me, deleted his entire channel and completely disappeared. But it was weird. And then I've had another guy that I had to translate his messages, and he left me like a message every day for like 2 weeks or something. And I swear, I think it was 2 weeks. And but they were nice things, and I'd have to translate, and it would just say like, "Nice song, pretty voice," just things like that. Pretty lady, nice voice. But he would leave like the same comment like for like 2 weeks. So that's like kind of weird.
Cute.
So, but
well, for me now, I do videos a lot, so people, and I do dress up a lot. I love the girly stuff, and I do it for entertainment. So you shouldn't have to point it out. Oh, she wears wigs. I do it. It's part of my video.
Yeah.
But I started going live so people could see. I get a personality too. I'm not just the silly girl with the wigs. So that's why I'd like to go live and then share other people's music, obviously, and have fun. But yeah, like I would never. I say I don't judge guys based on their videos, but I do make fun of you ones that just sit on the couch with your guitar, in jest, of course. But just because I put more.
If you were a guy and you dressed up and wore a bunch of stuff, you wouldn't have to prove that you actually have a personality or talent or whatever. You could just do that.
Mm-hmm. I think my videos show that I have a personality as it is, but I wanted to just talk too and not just dance and play, so that was part of it. But I like to talk. Audible video.
Kind of the reason that I don't have also like when I first kind of started hanging out in the community, why I didn't just show a picture of myself was because I was trying to avoid, you know, dudes being weird. So I just did like a painting of myself, and I felt like I can just hide behind this painting. And well, first of all, it's the pandemic. I'm not about to make up and take a picture of myself just to put on YouTube at the time, you know. And I wasn't going to find an old one because I didn't remember who I was. Like, I'll just do the thing because I did the painting. That's my art, and it kept me safe to hide sort of
you have to
behind
think
a
about
painting
that.
of
That's the sad
myself.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do. I have to think of a lot of things like that. You know, a lot of things I don't do because I'm avoiding sexism. So
Yeah. I think the
Or
younger
you're avoiding
you are, the more
harassment.
trouble.
If there are any questions in the chat, I can't highlight them because I'm not.
There
the
were
host,
some
but
questions.
Yeah.
try to find-
Am I
Audible
right
wants to
in that?
know: has anybody been harassed just because of your sex? Well, I think that happens all the time, right?
Sometimes it's just more subtle. It's just subtly like just like questions that you wouldn't ask a guy, or just, just kind of questioning your ability or being surprised that you can do a certain thing or whatever, just that.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Exactly. I
Like,
don't feel like I've ever been harassed. I've been pretty lucky that way. Like harassed is a strong word for me.
yeah.
You know, you go clubbing when you were young, of course, you know, but now I feel like I get compliments, and I don't want people to walk on eggshells that they can't even compliment a woman anymore. That bothers me.
Right. Yeah.
But it's the way you say it or what you're saying. You know, I'm flattered when someone says, "Oh my God, you look so pretty in that video." Fine, that's flattering. But if you say something a little like, "Oh, hey,
It's like
now," or whatever,
when they say
like,
when they act like you're only looks, right? And
yeah.
you're
How about my
only
plane? Did
pretty.
you hear any of that?
That's exactly. Because like all of this it's fading right now. It's going to fade. You know, we do other things. We make music. We can, this is not, we're not just faces. So
Yeah.
We can see it. Oh, but
where
we see it.
you experience
Where-
sexism?
well, we kind of all just
Yeah,
said a little
I
bit about it.
think in real life I have a lot more sexism experience than I do on the internet. For the most part, the internet has felt like a safe place, but I did also realize that it's a safe place because I never answer my messages or open my emails. So I do realize that there's a lot of me is blocking, like I'm not going to entertain the emails that I do get that don't seem legitimate. Like
Right.
you really have to have like the subject line that makes me think that this is legitimate and about, music or pedals or some, otherwise I do think that because I am resistant to that energy, that I'm like, I don't get a lot of it because I just shut it off at the beginning and don't allow.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not going to reply to that show Bob email or message. Just delete
Jade
it.
and I had talked about this when she interviewed me, and we talked about the random messages you get on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and they just come out and say hi. Well, I'm not going to respond, but if you say, "Hey, I know you through this person,"
but I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, you say hi back. That's it.
I did say hi back once, and so that man ruined it for all of you forever.
Oh,
Yeah, or
God.
hey, with
Yeah.
extra Y's, hey. Or hey, beautiful, hey, with extra
Yeah.
Y's.
see, this is why
Question
I keep
mark,
my
question mark
Instagram
if you don't answer.
private.
Yeah.
That's why I delete them now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was noontime today, and I saw Jade's light on. I don't know what you were doing up at 3 a.m., Jade, but and I got a message on Facebook, but it went to like the other chat. So I opened it. I'm like, really? On the day of Sexism, some guy I don't know, all these hearts, hi, with like 5 heart faces. I'm like, first of all, I don't know you. You don't even have mutual friends. So I don't know how he's even seeing my stuff. I'm not technically savvy that way, but I was like, Jade, look what I just got. She's like, perfect timing. But that happens all the time. It's like, what are you doing? I learned to make my Instagram account private. Facebook, I only accept if I know real close people that they're friends with. So that's how I block that stuff.
Yeah, on Instagram, I keep it private, and like I'll go through, like, if somebody, so if it's a guy and he's like, you know, well, for everybody, I check their account. Everybody who wants to follow me, right? I go and I look at their account and I see like, does any of you, do any of you guys follow this person? But I also look to see what kind of people do they follow. So if it's a dude who follows nothing but pretty girls, delete. No, you cannot follow me. And I know that maybe, I should keep my Instagram public or whatever so that I could promote myself or whatever, but I'm not really interested in that, right? I'm more interested in just doing this for myself and for fun. And I will actually like screen every single person to protect myself. So,
yeah. See, I feel like I have to be out there. Like, I feel like I can't be private because I have to like show this is my shows and come see me. So I feel like I don't have that privacy.
Yeah.
I envy that.
Same here.
I'm sorry, Jade, I cut you off.
No, do you all have a large block list?
It's my family.
I have a few. Well, my family.
My family.
Same here, Valerie.
I did on Facebook. I had my family block. Mine's not.
Trauma follows ugly and pretty people on Instagram. Well, you should. If I can tell a funny story, it involves a woman harassing me. Believe it or not, when I first came on YouTube, but harassing me because, I just started joining the communities, and you go and you watch other people's videos and you comment and you like, and I would comment on this guy's video. I'm like, that was great. That was awesome. And then like the third time I commented, actually I did something with my son. I did a Grease skit. So I was Olivia Newton-John and he was Danny. And this guy commented back, oh, I'd love to do a Grease thing. And I go, yeah, you could be Kaniki. Now Kaniki's a character in Grease. All of a sudden I get all these messages from this girl. I don't know how she got my email. Oh, actually it was on my About page. And she's like, why are you calling my boyfriend kinky? And who do you think you are? And then she started like making up new accounts, following me on live shows, telling me she's going to track down my family.
Oh my God.
Everything I posted, she made all this. And every time I blocked her, she would create a new account and she'd be like,
that is crazy.
Why do you dress like that? I feel a little old to dress like that. Like just really weird stuff. You're not as good as you think you are. And I'm like, I don't give a shit what you think. But yeah, so that was weird because she thought I was hitting on her boyfriend by saying, great job.
So she's being sexist to you by talking about how you dress.
That's crazy.
And, she probably saw me in a chat room and saw me say hi to the guy or whatever. And that was it. We're having an affair. But it turns out, she was really messed up on drugs. Hopefully she got clean. And so she's one of the people on my block list, but
I'm scared to talk, Casey.
It freezes.
Does she fucking
unless all my internet goes stupid, yeah. But I just want to weigh in a little bit on this. So being trans, I spent a majority of my life with male privilege, playing in a band and not experiencing this stuff. And then started playing music again. The message really eye-opening. I mean, and being trans is like there's this layer of there's even like women do get treated like shit a lot of the time, but it's like you're much even lower than a woman, so you're nothing, so you can just be treated even worse. You would have had these comments before of, hey baby, how are you going, and it's like, interested, my friend, and then all of a sudden, or I hope you die, and it's like, well, hang on a minute, 2 minutes ago you were all up in my wanting to do it. You had that in your whatever, buddy, but now I'm the evil one, and that's just playing music. And even when I moved to sex industry, like you expect it in the sex industry, but I found even this nicer, because at least they were contacting you for, and they knew what they wanted. It was just like, hey, I don't care about your music. You showed your image, so you're fair game.
Yeah.
It's been really eye-opening and really hard to deal with. And I used to get so angry and write so many angry responses, and then I realized I'm just wasting my time. hilarity that's coming out of my such energy, I can aim somewhere else. Kind of messages. I go to the person's profile. I take a snapshot, his or hers photo. I draw a cock on it, and then I send it back to them and block them. There's a picture of them with a cock on.
I remember you saying
and
that.
I know they're
Awesome.
raging.
And then they can't respond
They're
back.
raging. So
Oh yeah.
I usually do say evil things to people before I block them.
I know that.
I mean, and unless
Wonder
they're
that they're gonna
just
go out
like
and take
dorks
it out
going,
on somebody else.
hey, they just get
Yeah.
plain deleted.
Right.
Yeah.
I try not to
I just ignore
acknowledge
people.
or respond. Yeah, I just ignore
Yeah.
them.
Mostly ignore.
Because it just makes me so mad. So I'm not even going to go there.
When do you think
do you
these
think
attitudes
are
will
changing,
change?
and will they continue to change? Feel free
me
to
a
share
pessimist,
your
but
no.
view.
In
Hope
some
so, but-
sectors, they're getting worse.
Yeah.
In some sectors, they're getting better.
I think there's
Like
always
in
going to
our
be.
sector.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, our sector, you know, like the people that in our YouTubosphere, that like they seem like they like listen to us and learn how to act better all the time, but like certain people, like you know, that are like gunning for power are like trying to like make it worse, much worse.
There's always going to be, I think, sexism to some extent. You know, I think like people will try to, you know, make it better, but there's always those people that are going to be resistant, kind of along the lines of what Leela's saying, you know, and like then it's like you just make those people louder, you know.
Well, and it's our responsibility too, if you have children, to teach your sons
Right.
how to respect women and what they should be doing, and then hopefully it gets better and better and better. But you know, my son's a rapper and he uses certain rap words that I'm like, come on, that is so derogatory. He's like, no, it's just part of the rap world. And then I explained to him, well, you know, part of the art, okay. I said, but you know, don't get used to saying that, and this is why, and you have to take responsibility for that stuff with your children. I think might make it better.
Yeah, only call people
around
cunts in the
our
British
world,
way.
and sex, though.
You what?
We world where our television, our movies, music, advertising, everything is so heavily based on sex.
Yeah.
Is one of the industries. I don't see sex these days. Maybe because I don't go out. If you leave the house, is that changing? Are there still billboards, boobs, or suggestive stuff? I don't know.
I love
Well,
boobs.
it's still ads. I love boobs. Okay, you see ads everywhere. That's
Everybody
that,
loves
but yeah.
boobs.
I think there's
I get-
been a sexism change.
Not only from
I'm sorry, Jade. I think there's been a difference in this idea of sexism just in my life for being somebody who likes to do something that's in a very male sphere. Like I like to do electronics that's mostly men, and they kind of are surprised that I like electronics, and somehow you're able to do it without a penis, and they can't fathom how I can do it and solder and not have a penis. But here I
Yeah, don't
am.
you solder with that penis?
I maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know.
She's like an animal.
So I don't know. I could be doing it wrong. But I do think that it has been, you know, from when I was in college and was totally like, you know, which was 25 years ago, I was not like, I was turned away from doing science classes. And I'm like, you should do more of these liberal arts, and you don't need to take science. And you're fine. You won't need it. There, you know, there's no reason a woman would need that to know that stuff. And so
Well, I think now though, they're giving out scholarships for women in
now
the industries.
everyone, it's supported, it's encouraged.
Yeah. Like,
Young
well.
people are like, yeah, why not? They don't even see, like 20-year-olds don't understand why we're having this conversation because they, like they can do whatever they want, and they've grown up without this internalized bias that I have, where I've just grown up with so many people, mostly women, telling me what I can and cannot do and what's appropriate for me to do and what's an appropriate career choice and an appropriate relationship choice, and whether or not you're a mother. These are all things that's like, now I don't think that I don't know, we should have Princess on, somebody who's younger, who is, what is their, how have they found it versus.
I think it depends though, because like I think so, like some people are getting girl defined up in their stuff, like that's worse than it's been for 50 years. Some of the stuff that's really, really getting promulgated on the internet right now is worse. It's like, yes, you should definitely just be an incubator and serve your, don't get a PhD, make your husband a sandwich.
Oh, lovely.
I mean, I'm really
yeah.
oversimplifying there, but basically that's like,
You're
I
pretty
am
much
taking
spot on.
real quotes there. So
Yeah. And it's attitude that we grew up with, and the attitude that it was real, that was real, and that we're, and now we're like, oh, all that was bullshit. Huh. We never had to do any of that.
I think I've always been a bit rebellious about these kind of like roles that we're supposed to fit into as a girl, because I mean, literally since I was a child, like, if you tell me not to do something, I'm literally going to do the opposite. So Kim, you're supposed to grow up and get married and have kids, da 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 da. They ask you as a little girl, how many kids do you want to have? Like, I'm 7.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you asking me that? And that's why at like 7, I decided, I mean, seriously, I was like, I'm not having kids. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing any of these things that you people expect of me, because that's not who I am. I'm not here to live up to anybody's expectations. It's my life to live, not yours to control. You know what I'm saying?
And what's wrong with you if you're not married is a good one. It's like, there are plenty of single guys.
There must be
that's
something
never been
wrong
married
with you if you're not married. No, I can make my own decisions. Like I had a guy tell me at an older man at my job many years back, tell me that I shouldn't be there working. I should just find a husband and let him support me.
Oh God.
I said, old school. I was like, whoa. I was like, first of all, I do not rely on a man. And second, get away from my desk. Like, I seriously said that. Like, I was like, and I mean,
I can see you kicking some ass.
Oh man. Like, how dare you?
yeah.
Sorry. I just ranted.
Jade, how are we going to show that song? I don't know what the song is, so I can't share it, but I'm dying to find out what that song is that you wanted to share. Not that I'm rushing you. I'm just curious. Oh, you can? You think I'll freeze?
I think I can do it. I think.
Yeah. You are, but the song might freeze if you're freezing, right?
Am I still
because of the internet?
Yeah, but am I still freezing, or is everything okay? I'm still good.
We can't tell because it takes like 30 seconds for you to freeze.
I know. Don't everything. I erase everything. But another thing too, talking about just stuff. Do you know how many trans women do this stuff to me as well? Send these private messages. It's so bizarre to me. A trans woman will, and I'll go, hi. I go, how are you? I go, okay. I go, I like you. Thank you. And then the next photo is a picture of them with their penis hanging out of a, and I'm just like what the fuck is honestly like, what makes
we're just having a conversation here.
That's the next part of a like do you do real hi, do you come here often? Penis in my panties. Like it baffles me completely how we get to
hey, how you doing? Here's my penis.
like
yeah.
What happened to us?
As one does.
Yeah.
It's so odd. Yeah.
So what do you draw on
I'm
their
just-
pictures before you send them
There's,
down?
Yeah. What do you
is-
draw? A
is there a
penis on the penis?
way we
Or vagina?
Show Bob.
No, they'd probably
Show
like
Bob.
that. They would like that. Show Bob.
Show Bob.
Who's Bob?
Again, talking about the community is really cool too. And every now and again, I do see something that is a little bit, I kind of go, a bit cringe. Like sometimes I see it, and for the most part, a little group of people across the channels, well behaved. You know, I think the was just to reinforce some things before you type them in the chat. To not fill movement with chat. You can leave that thought in your fucking head. Like some things are better left.
I feel like you're
Unsaid.
directing this at me sometimes.
How do you leave thoughts in your head?
Worse offender.
Can someone tell me?
No.
Yeah.
I see it across every now and then. Most of the time, people are breaking up again, apparently. To
A
some
little bit.
Yeah,
people,
sorry.
so
Just writing that to you.
what it is.
We're breaking up. We're breaking up.
What are you gonna do?
You can
Already
say
6
short
minutes.
sentences, and that seems to work.
One word at a time.
Yeah. Slowly. Slow down, Jade.
Hey, Princess LDG says she's had some weird guys say weird things to her.
See, and I was kind of, I was
We'll
thinking
come
of
and get
that too.
'em.
Like, I'm not in the dating pool. Like, I've actually never did internet dating because I met my partner when I was 19, and that was before most of the internet dating
Nice. Yeah.
was a thing. So, I never got any of these inappropriate messages or in that sense. So I think there's also the bit of that, like, some people are in the dating scene and then you might get more of that kind of thing.
Oh, don't even get me started on
I'm
dating
not in the
apps,
dating
man.
scene. Yeah.
I'm
every-
not saying everyone. I'm just saying that's why I feel like I don't get any of that, but it's also I'm not in this, like, no one's coming at me with this attention.
On a dating
Not
app,
what
man.
Jade's asking.
It's
Leela,
like
you can answer
20
this question.
haze. 20 haze.
Yes.
20 haze a week. At
Okay, if we've
least.
learned anything, let's not start emails or messages with "Hey."
Hey. And
We're just
especially
gonna-
if
we're
you
just gonna
add
delete
extra
it.
Y's, it doesn't make it more
hey.
enticing.
Or "Hey, baby." No.
Yeah.
Hey.
Or hey, anything.
Yeah.
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 So how
all
is the
true.
best way to eradicate sexism? Jade wants to know. I have no
Oh.
idea. Jade. I told you not to ask me these
I
hard
don't know
questions.
that it can be eradicated. I don't,
Right.
Hey,
yeah,
baby.
I'm-
Because
Some of
a lot of the sexism is from how I act, like my own internalized bias of how I feel about what it doesn't mean to be a woman and what do I think I'm expected to do, and how, am I changing my behavior because I'm worried about how someone else will respond? And, like, I'm doing a lot of these things. Like, we've all kind of talked about how we're protecting ourselves in different ways from harassment that we're worried that we're going to receive, whether or not we've,
Well, I just
Yeah,
like to be
we've
myself.
solved it,
and
Mr.
myself
Smith.
Can be very fresh every now and then, and so I'm okay with taking it back, like I said, from people I know.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and just because like my pictures on Instagram are mainly some YouTube pictures or pictures of me alone doesn't mean I'm single. Like maybe I just have private people in my life, and that doesn't
Right.
mean
right.
friend request me and then say hey.
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 3 Y's.
and being beautiful, like portraying whatever beauty that you want to portray is not an invitation for someone else to lay claim to you in any way, like,
Like I wear
you look
lipstick when I don't go
available.
anywhere. I like to wear lipstick. It doesn't mean I'm trying to impress you with it. It's just something
Mhm.
I like
Right.
to do.
Right.
Why do you even
So I
bring
have
it
a
up? Oh, you know,
7-word
I like to-
answer to how to
Yeah.
eradicate sexism. Women doing whatever the fuck they want.
Seven. That's true, and I think that's a really good point.
Let everybody just live.
Really win. That is
Without
really it.
apology.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the sound
I
effects
think
work.
we should have another one of these with Princess, because I feel like Princess has all the good stories and could possibly have like evidence. And I think that would be fun, like to have the actual chat comment, and then we could we'll blur out their name and then we'll laugh at them. That would be a great show.
She says she never posts pictures for that reason. I'm like, well, that's sad.
Yeah.
Like, why should you have
It is
to not
sad.
do something that you want to do because of the way you're going to get
Right.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
think
right.
that's, again, Leela's thing. Leela would be like, if
JDL.
Princess could just do whatever the fuck she wanted to do, then that's it.
do it. I mean,
Yeah.
and then make sure you block your account or make it private,
Yeah.
so you don't want creeps everywhere. I don't know how old Princess is, but kind of acting like her mother right now.
Ooh,
I feel
it's
like
a
she's in her
community
20s.
member.
Music, promoting
I have-
pictures
yeah.
of
I know,
yourself.
but I don't know how old she is.
See
Right?
this? Did you see that?
See what?
What Princess said? Somebody that we
in
know.
our community. Yeah.
Oh. You always
Well,
wanted to
Princess,
know.
we should have a Discord chat about this later.
Yes. We'll have
Especially
a private
if anyone's
Power
feeling,
Girls chat.
yeah, we can always talk about that.
Yeah, so send them to us, and we'll f them up.
Yeah, but I do feel like most of the time, people are good when you say that this is something that bothered me, especially here in this community. People have
And
been
Mars is
very
saying
like,
stalkers too. It goes both ways. It can go both ways, obviously. But
Yeah,
since
Mike
we're all
Mike
women
Shaner
here,
has a
let's talk.
stalker.
I've had stalkers.
Yeah. You stalker. Valerie's stalking Mike
That's
Shaner.
why the button is still around for.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't. My
Get that
stream is so
stalker,
delayed
Valerie.
for me. I've had so much trouble here today. So, I think we'll call it here. I want to thank you all for coming on, because this is your show, and thankfully you were all here to handle it today, because my internet it's very rare that happens for me. So I'm not used to having a show where everything's fucked. But all
Usually runs
really
smooth.
important stuff that we have talked about here today, and hopefully people will walk away with this from a little bit more before they send a message. Send something inappropriate or type something inappropriate in the chat, because it's important. It is about me and expressing ourselves. Just think before you send something. Men, women, trans, all in between. Think about it, because you're making somebody feel crap. Yeah. I'm going to go out with a song today. I'm scared to play it because I don't know if it work or not. I want to thank you all for being here today. Thank you, Hudson. Thank you, Laurie's Mishmosh. Thank you, Valerie, Leela, for coming on and host for me, because for reasons. Let me remove
Well, thank you, Jade, for the invite.
Oh, God.
I'm going to try and
I was like,
there will be of these where every now and again we'll have a panel of wood into next year. I'm not sure what the next topic can be found in the description. Click on them, subscribe to them, listen to their music. I'm going to try to go out and play a song.
maybe by booting
And
us,
it's
you
not
get some
gonna
more
work.
juice. I don't know.
Yeah.
Really.
We could all hum something.
Can you email it to one of us and we can share it? How's that work?
I don't
Not that
think
I know
we
how to
can.
share.
No.
I don't think so.
Not in this format.
I have a share
We could-
screen, but
how about Jade put a link to the song in the chat, and we'll all just go listen to that person's song. Can we do that? Is it a YouTube song?
is there a link?
And then we could just go visit.
Or we could share it, can't we? If we click on it and share my tab.
You can list. Oh yeah, do you have a share? I don't know how this works.
I have a
Let's
share
behave
too, I
over there,
guess.
mate. Yeah, there's a share button right in between.
Yeah, share
Oh.
screen.
Although I don't know what this song is. I don't want
It
to be the one
doesn't mean you
responsible
can
for playing
share
this
the-
song that Jade wants to play. Look what Laurie played. I have no idea what the song is.
Laurie's playing some shit.
Sounds pretty funny though. Sounds freaking funny. What is that? Evil Leela?
It's darkly loud.
I'm starving. Keep an eye
We
out,
lost
Jade,
Jade
too.
completely.
Did we?
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah,
Jade's
thanks
just
what-
everybody
Yeah,
for hanging
thanks,
out.
everybody.
Yeah, thank
And
you,
just to repeat, Jade,
audience.
in case you didn't get that, York peppermint patty, everybody. The Halloween candy will not go away. Good night, all.
Am I here? Am I here? I'll end the
Oh, there, I heard
you're-
you.
You're here.
back.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This
The
is so
dreams were
frustrating.
her ticket
I'm crying.
out.
Thank you. I didn't know the next line. Welcome back.
Welcome back to the
that
same
same
old
old
place
place.
we talked
Stream-
about.
We'll end the stream now before. I'll try playing it. We'll end the stream, and if it doesn't work, the stream will just end. All right.
Okay.
Love you, Jade. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here.
Love you, Jade.
See you later.
And girls.
Bye.
Later, ladies.
See
Bye,
ya.
everybody.
Cheers.
Am I still here? Let's see if it's working now. Am I live? Can somebody let me know in the chat? Is it working now? And maybe if it's working, I can finish with this song. I have no idea if it is working. If I can get a 1 in the chat, we're working good. So I've got my ladies in the chat here. I'm going to play this song. This is, so look, thank you all the ladies that come on. All their links are in the description. Yeah, check them out. They're amazing. I want to thank them for hosting the show. These things happen sometimes. Internet goes down. I've struggled with it big time today. We'll work it out for next time. And they did a better job at hosting the show than what I would anyway, because they're amazing and I suck. And now it's not lagging. Of course it's not lagging now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out with a song that I wrote a while ago, a few years ago, which is going to be on my new album. It's called Pumping Blood, and it is about sexism. That's what it's about. It's about the way men, women, humans that treat each other in relation to sex. It's called Pumping Blood. Let's go out with it. Hope you enjoy it. It's full on. I'm warning you. All right, let's do it. Thanks again for being here. I'll see you on the weekend when I'm doing a show on, I'm doing the opening hour covering Pete John's tracks. So that should be fun. All right, let's go. See you later.
Rape me, my friend. Rape me again. Rape me, I'm the only one. Rape me, my friend. Rape me, I'm the only one. Rape me again. Rape me, I'm the only one. Rape me, I'm the only one.
Rejection, intention, the major cause of tension. Let your mind go insane, cause I'm inside your brain. Projection, selection, don't need your protection. You think that I'm insane, come here and taste my pain. My blood is pumping red and boiling and flowing with rage. My blood is screaming and it's buzzing within of this cage. My blood is pumping red and boiling and flowing with rage. My blood is screaming.
is a horrible thing. I really do. But
Women are evolving. We are truly amazing. This isn't the 60s anymore, boys. We've moved forward, and so should you. Equality was always our goal, not division as you continue to think. Nothing has really changed, especially men. So feminism continues to evolve. Can you say the same? It's time to become self-aware. Now is the time to genuinely care. Women and animals seem to be the only species evolving, whilst the privileged, petty, ragtag, unorganised, dick-drawing on anything race of men still cry for oppression, endlessly feeding into our heads that women deserve to be raped for what we were wearing, whilst prostitution only still exists because men continue to pay for it.
Rejection, intention, the major cause of tension. Let your mind go insane, cause I'm inside your brain. Projection, selection, don't need your protection. You think that I'm insane? Come here and taste my pain. My blood is pumping red and boiling and flowing with rage. My blood is screaming and it's buzzing within of this cage. My blood is pumping red and boiling and flowing with rage. My blood is screaming and it's buzzing within of this cage. Pumping blood from deep within my body. Pumping blood from deep within my body.
yeah, I would say rape is horrible and it shouldn't happen. But since we can't really stop rape from happening,
Don't ask me what I was wearing, or what I was doing, or who I was with, or where I was, or how I was, or why I was. I was raped by another person. Not by my short skirt, or my low-cut top, or my tequila, or my lack of pepper spray, or the fact that I lived all the way across town, or my freedom. I was raped by another person. Another person raped me. They stripped away everything that I had, and it wasn't because I was stripped down. They violated me sexually, and it wasn't because I was free with my sexuality. They grabbed me by the heartbeat and said, "You're not human." And it wasn't because I acted like one. It was because they chose to. It was because you said it was okay. It was because you asked me what I was wearing.
They say a woman's place is in the home, and I suppose as long as she's in the home, she might as well be in the kitchen.
Apparently, a feminist is just a dumb lesbian slut who should shut up and enjoy being raped until she realizes that men are in control. No, it's not because they're superior, but because their stagnant, unevolving brains actually know without a doubt that they are powerless to a vagina and breast. Proof of this is the inherent need to draw a cock and balls on anything they can, like some form of territorial pissing contest. It only proves that their entire gender is bogged down on the fear that expressing certain emotions could lead to everybody believing that they are in fact homosexuals. Or even worse, a woman.
Rejection, intention, the major cause of tension. Let your mind go insane, cause I'm inside your brain. Projection, selection, don't need your protection. You think that I'm insane? Come here and taste my pain. My blood is pumping red and boiling and flowing with rage. My blood is screaming and it's buzzing within of this cage. My blood is pumping red and boiling and flowing with rage. My blood is screaming and it's buzzing within of this cage. Pumping blood from deep within my body. Rape me.